Hi, I'm Chapman, and I am a speech-language pathologist here at Pediatric Interactions. And when it comes to books, as an early intervention therapist, I sometimes hear, my kid is just not interested in books, or they just kind of run away from me if I try to read it, or they rip the book out of my hands, and they just won't pay attention to what I'm saying. So what can we do about that? How can we get our kids more interested in what's happening on the page? And that's what we're going to be talking about today. Different ways to get our kids interested in books, engaging with books, and enjoying books. Books right here. So today I'll be giving you some strategies through reading this book. It's called If I Were a Monkey. And there's a whole If I Were series. And Annie Wilkinson wrote this one. I'm not sure if she wrote all of them. But they're really cute. And they're a really good way to work on different language concepts and getting our kids interested in books. So I'll be reading this book to you kind of as if you were a toddler, and it's going to be kind of silly, but I'm going to encourage you to notice what I'm doing with my voice, what I point to, what I gesture to, what I'm repeating, what questions I might be asking. And then when I'm done, I'll go over kind of what my thought process was and what I really look at and talk about when I'm reading a book to a toddler. Oh, look! Look! There's a monkey! Oh, you see the monkey? Ooh, monkey, look! Oh, there's monkey's nose. Honk, honk. Oh, he's very soft. Feel that. Feel how soft he is. Okay, let's open. Oh, look! Another monkey! Monkey! Oh, he's hiding. Oh, peekaboo! There's Monkey. Monkey, oh, and look, he has a long tail. Tail, that's his tail. Let's turn the page. What's next? Oh, Monkey. Hi, Monkey. Oh, these are his hands. Look at Monkey's hands. Let's give him a high five. Your turn. High five. Good job. Oh, what's next? Oh, there's Monkey. There he is. Oh, look at his tummy. It's so soft. So soft. Ooh, I'm going to tickle Monkey. Tickle, tickle, tickle. Give him a tickle. Oh, tickle, tickle, tickle. Oh, Monkey, so sweet. Let's give Monkey a kiss. Mwah! Your turn. Okay, let's turn again. Where's Monkey? There's Monkey. Oh, look. There's Monkey's ears. So soft. There's Monkey. Oh, and look, his nose. Honk, honk, honk. Honk, honk. And Monkey's mouth. Where's your mouth? Yeah, mouth. Mouth. Oh, Monkey needs another kiss. Let's give Monkey a kiss. Okay. Oh, shh. Monkey's sleeping. Night, night, Monkey. Night, night. Oh, wake up. Look, stars. Stars. Star, 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 star. Star. Look. Oh, wow, okay. All done. The end. Did you notice how I didn't read a single page in that book? One of my favorite strategies to engage kids in reading is to just talk about what's on the page. A lot of our kids might not understand a story or might not be able to focus long enough to hear an entire story. And sometimes I just talk about what's happening on a page, even with a kid who might be able to sit for a whole story. It's all about engaging the kid and getting them excited and enjoying what you're doing with the book. So when I was reading, you might have noticed that I used some gestures. I kind of played with the book. So it's good for if your kid doesn't want to just like look at the book and point. You gotta interact with it, you gotta make it a toy. And sometimes books kind of give you some stuff to do with it already, like this one. It has the soft face, you can talk about how soft it is, touch it. It has this fun little stretchy monkey tail. It has this other tail that has kind of like a divot in the tail so you can kind of feel along the long tail. And other books might have flaps or like sliding doors, or I really like those polka dot books where you can just kind of like, it's kind of like bubble wrap where you poke them and they can poke them the other way like over and over and over again. They're super fun. But even for this book and for books that don't have things that have interactive aspects to them, there are other things you can do to interact with the book. And so I kind of made up my own things to do with the book. You know, oh, the monkey was hiding. You do like peekaboo, peekaboo. Oh, there he is. You do a peekaboo. With this one, I gave him a high five. Give monkey a kiss. We tickled monkey's tummy. You can tickle your kid's tummy. Get your kid to kind of like interact with what's happening in the story or happening on the page. You know, we can fall asleep. The monkey's falling asleep. Shh, be very quiet when monkey's sleeping. You know, we're trying to get our kids to really be interested in what this is. You know, they might not want to hear, if I were a monkey, I would sleep in the sky on the biggest banana in the world. Super cute. Lots of kids will like it, but not every kid is ready to hear that message. Another thing that I did a lot of was saying, look, and pointing to bring attention to what I'm labeling. So you might already be doing that. A lot of people already do that, but I do it a lot. So look, monkey. Oh, there's monkey, look. Oh, monkey's hands. Where are his hands? There are his hands. Where's your hand? Hand. And you know, I'm labeling the same thing over and over again, and it seems kind of silly, and it will feel silly to you as well. But once you get used to it, it's actually a really great strategy to teach vocabulary because you're giving them like mass models of the vocabulary. And it gives them the exact word that you want them to be saying. We want them to be labeling the monkey, making the animal sounds. We want them to be able to say tail or hiding or peekaboo. You're giving them the language that you'd like for them to be hearing. And another thing you can do with the books is you could get like props. You can do, what if I had like a little monkey banana that I could feed to him? It's like nom 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 nom. You can feed all the monkeys on the page. You could get like a monkey stuffed animal and do some fun things with him, like make the monkey stuffed animal fall asleep just like they did in the book. Maybe the monkey is swinging in a tree and you can take your kid and swing them up and around, and that's a great thing to do too for kids who might run away and even touching might not be their thing. You can do movement. So if the book is about a horse, maybe you're like galloping on the horse the whole time, or maybe if like it's a book about food, you have all the, play food and you're eating them and oh, they're hot, and you're, doing some play within the story too. You just gotta be creative with it. And if you're enjoying it, then your kid's gonna be more likely to enjoy it too. And you can do these strategies with all sorts of books. I brought a few here of my favorites, but these strategies are things you can do for like everything. So, the first 100 words book, labeling is good too, but then you can be like, oh, look, duck, quack, 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 quack. Talk about the sounds they make. Make little hand gestures for the fish. Make it fun. Do something a little different than you normally would. And another fun, you can find a way to make it your own. I actually just thought of this a few days ago, and I've been excited about it. This is a book that does not have any texture. It's just a bunch of vehicles on a page, and a lot of my kids are really into vehicles. But then like on pages, sometimes there are too many things and it's a lot to look at. So what I did was I put some Post-it notes all over the page, and it's like my own flap. So you could, take off the page. Oh, there's a plane. And this is gonna help our kids stay longer looking at the book, and it's gonna make them excited to see what else is under there. And again, if we found the plane, maybe you pick your kid up and you airplane him. Then come back down, what's next? Oh, there's the fire truck. Wee-oo, wee-oo. Make the sounds. Have fun. That's the most important part. So if you're feeling bored, and the kid's most likely feeling bored too, and if you're having fun and you're engaging with your child in the book, they're more likely to be engaged.